Welcome back to yet another episode of the Talkative Sports Podcast. Man, we've been gone. It's been a short time, but dang, I missed y'all, man. How you been? How's the summer treating y'all?
It's felt like the longest time, but in reality, it's only been about 2 months. So I'm ready to get back in. Season two. Let's go.
Yeah. Start
Okay,
We're
okay.
back.
kick off with a bang.
All right. I like the excitement. I mean, this summer has been a lot, made for a lot of movement. There's been a lot of activity.
Yeah.
Women's World Cup is popping off. I mean,
Gold
there's some
Cup.
things I have to discuss about that, but we'll get to that later. But I guess there's only one place to start off, right? It's the preseason. That means we're in the midst of the summer transfer window, and a lot has happened, specifically with some of our favorite teams here. So I just got to ask, what's your best surprise of the preseason and why? Start off
Well,
nice and simple.
I mean, as we all know, this Premier League preseason has been quite the preseason so far. But I'd say my best surprise would have to be, you already know, my team, Chelsea. 9 goals in 2 games. It's just 2 games, and it's preseason. But I'm pretty sure Man U lost to Wrexham 3-1.
Yeah, last night.
So
But they didn't care about that game.
right, but still, that's a team. It's not like we can say Wrexham. Oh, they're less than scrubs. So
That's fair.
And we both
5-0.
plays our kids.
Right, exactly. 5-0 clean sheet against Wrexham, and then against.
Hold on.
Mhm.
You said you both played your kids. Shegs, all you got is kids.
Good point.
Good point.
Continue.
Good point.
Excellent.
Continue.
That goes to our point though. We don't. All we have is kids. They have seasoned vets in that team,
Agreed. And
plus Mason Mount, and they lost 3-1.
yeah. So it seems like Wrexham isn't that bad, but we were able to handle our business. I mean, my God, 5-0 and a clean sheet. And then we won against Brighton. It was 4-3, and guys like Mikhailo Mudryk finally got on the score sheet. I mean, I like that. Just to see how like the entire team reacted when he scored, it was so great. And then
I mean, that goal was crazy though.
yeah,
What was it?
the whole setup, like he skipped it over the defender's leg to Nicholas Jackson, who skipped it back, and he just volleyed it first time out.
Zero hesitation.
Zero
Just boom,
hesitation.
goal.
Yeah, the confidence.
One
was there.
touches all the way.
Absolutely, and so yeah, and then Nicholas Jackson and Kunku coming on and scoring. So yeah, it would have to be Chelsea for me because we
Okay.
close scoring tally. I mean, at least it's looking like it. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's been a while since Chelsea has seen some love and good tidings. So let's keep the bandwagon going. Go ahead, Shegs. I know what you're about to say.
Well, my favorite thing, like going off what Zach said, is definitely Nicholas Jackson. He's my. I wouldn't say it was a surprise, but
It was a bit of a surprise.
watching him get his link up play and scoring is just a breath of fresh air, which brings me to my favorite surprise is, well, not really a surprise, but Mason Mount and Kai Havertz stinking it up for their respective new teams is definitely my favorite part of preseason so far. Like from Mason Mount and Havertz to Nkunku and Jackson, it's beautiful. I hope it continues all season long. I hope the Arsenal fans who were like you know it's a problem when you sign a player for 75 mil and all you see is just defense. Like they're already defending him, they're already debating, they're already going back and forth. That's never a good sign from the Chelsea side. we eating good. Like we're enjoying every minute of the Arsenal debate. Mason Mount, I feel like Mason Mount will still eventually come good once he figures out his partnership with Bruno Fernandes. I think he will definitely. It still kind of stings a little bit, especially when seeing how they're talking about selling like his successor. Gallagher in the same way, Conor Gallagher. It's like if we lose him too, then that would kind of hurt. But it's like because
So you rate Gallagher.
I rate Gallagher. I've always rated Gallagher. Like on his loan, he was good. Like he was one of the only guys during that end of the season.
Yes, on his loan to Crystal Palace, he was amazing. He looked like De Jong from Barcelona.
Yeah, they wanted to sign him and
Yeah.
said no for a good
Absolutely
reason.
amazing.
So the only and he still like during the end he's one of the only guys that I saw that would like put in literally the only one like
In that Brighton game too, he showed me something, a different part of his game that I hadn't seen ever in a Chelsea shirt.
like we play him in defensive midfield, but he's getting up there like he's prime Lampard, So
Yeah.
it's like if Mason Mount could not succeed Lampard, and he wanted to go for whatever reason, unfortunately, we have somebody who looks even more motivated in Conor Gallagher. So I really hope the news I'm seeing of us willing to sell him for 50 million isn't true, because that's another gem that we would lose to a West Ham or Fulham, and it just doesn't make sense to sell him because at the end of the day, he's already one of the most senior players in the team. Actually,
Yeah.
if we want to take it back to the academy, he's our longest one of apart from Reece James, he's top 5 longest serving Chelsea players. He's been at Chelsea since what 8-6. So I really don't want to lose him because like he's showing levels that even Mason Mount wasn't showing when he started getting started in the team. And of course, we got Nkunku and Jackson over there doing their thing and scoring goals. And it's not just the goals they score, it's the confidence they're showing and the link up play and the understanding with their teammates. That's really exciting me for the rest of the season. And I love to hate. I wake up extra early to hate. So seeing Mount and Havertz draw blanks, it just fills up my heart. So
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if that says more about you as just a Chelsea fan or you as a person, in the sense that you're loyal to your club, or you as a person, the hypocrisy. Because at this time last year, when I was calling Havertz out, putting him out on blast.
Hey, wait.
biggest
Was
defenders.
I not the first person to put Kai Havertz on fraud watch?
My guy, you were jumping back and forth. You would think you were playing double dutch. Stop it.
But at the end of the day, I was the first. I knew he was fraudulent from the beginning. I was hopeful when I went to the other side. It was more maybe like, okay, he has potential, but I always said at the end, like, he has massive amounts of potential, but he just has not showed it in his last how many years has he been? 2, 3, 2.5, 3. He just hasn't showed it. Apart from that Champions League final goal in his first season, but after that, it's just been downhill from there. And I was hoping, but thankfully, Poch is like, yeah, we don't want to deal with this guy anymore, and Arsenal offered an amazing amount of money for him, and there's no reason to say no to that. No reason to say no, especially like just clean break, get Nkunku in, get Jackson in. We might get one more striker. It just made the most sense to let him go, and now it's Arsenal's problem to draw his full potential.
I will never understand where Arsenal saw that amount of money worth being spent on Kai Havertz, but that's a conversation.
If what Arteta's planning works, where he wants Kai Havertz and Odegaard to be kind of like
interchangeable 10s and 9s.
That could work, but I don't think
the partnership is going to be.
I don't think it'll quite work out for Kai. I don't know though. It's possible, but I don't know.
Yeah, if the partnership is going to be Kai and Odegaard, it's not going to work. Kai works best as a false nine, playing with a real out and out striker. And
Yeah,
Arsenal
with a
don't
good
have an
active
out and out
striker.
striker.
Yeah,
They simply do not. So he's once again in no man's land.
and the funniest part is Arsenal have a striker I rate really, really high.
Nketiah.
Yeah, I rate him so high.
They also have
I
Valerian.
mean,
I rate him really high, man.
They have
I
Balogun too,
mean,
but
I
because
I'll
they're
give you
not.
that Nketiah is a good player, but he did have the opportunity while Jesus was gone to really,
He
And he
wasn't
did take it. He did take it. He scored a bunch of goals while Jesus was gone.
yeah,
Well, of course they're gonna start Jesus. They should start
yeah.
Falari. They have Falari Balogun too. Like, why not start Falari
The
Balogun?
points that all I'm saying is the critical points that they dropped. You know, they
and
were missing Jesus. And then when Jesus came, they were already walking on a tightrope because they had like one or two games they had to literally go perfect by the time Jesus came
It's
back.
not
So
because of Jesus they dropped those points. It's because of a lack of confidence and a inferiority complex, and they were just not ready mentally to do what it takes to beat Man City. And I don't blame them for that. Like, I should have seen the light. I was their biggest supporter because I just hate Man City that much. My
You're a
hate
hater.
was blinding me
Hater.
to the
He's
reality
somebody
of the situation.
never doubted that Arsenal would fall.
You're right. I'll give you that.
He had that even more than you, Marcus. But me, I'm
I
like,
wasn't whatsoever.
if I have a bit like a decision between hating on Man City and facing reality, it's always going to be hate on Man City. So
I'll tell you guys something as a Manchester City fan, right?
Mhm.
After the debacle in that Champions League quarterfinal against Tottenham,
Mhm.
listen, even if there's a 1% chance of us losing, it's enough to have me shiver because knowing Man City,
For sure.
knowing Pep will do something with the lineup to make that 1% suddenly turn into 45, 50.
But this time he had his lineup way. He had that. What is that? It's a 2-3-1 that he had.
The only thing I would say he made a mistake on was not starting Kyle Walker, in my opinion, because Kyle Walker had just put the clamps on Vinny Jr.
Yeah.
In the
Is he going to Brighton?
what is it?
Is he going?
Well, that's still up in the air, bro. We don't know.
Are y'all sorry, I'm
Oh, hey man, it is what it is. All right, let me give my 2 cents before we move on to the next segment. Honorable mention for me has to be Aston Villa, bro. What they are doing,
Yeah.
Musa Diaby,
Yes.
with the signings that they're doing, Aston Villa is going to be a tough out this season.
Emery's cooking.
Tough out this season, home and away. They're going to be a tough out this season.
Ooh, he's cooking.
But my actual biggest surprise, and it's going to feel like this is a Chelsea fan club podcast episode, but I have to give it to y'all, man. Listen, hold on, wait now. I'm not going to give it to the entire club. I'm only giving it to one player. Ooh, bro, Nicholas Jackson.
Yes.
That dude, when I seen him play,
he's for real.
The way that he's able to drop into the midfield and link up play,
dribble the ball,
the ball, get his teammates.
Jackson.
When I tell you the guy reminds me like I'm watching a healthy Aguero.
Ooh.
It is crazy. Especially in the goal that Mudryk goal. All I was reminisced of was David Silva and Aguero connection, bro. That's all I saw in that goal. I'm just like, if Poch does his thing, you guys might have something there.
I mean, I feel like Poch is cooking something. Preseason wins don't really matter, but
I mean, as long as
I can see what he's trying to do. I know we've been in debate about signings and who should sign between me and Zach, but I know I can see I can appreciate what he's cooking with this very young team. We're gonna be the youngest.
For the first time since like 3 3-4 years. I like all of our signings. I mean, I
Yeah.
hope I mentioned that all of our signings I approve of. It's just my only thing is now when you have kids, they need to learn how to lose. They need to learn how to win and keep winning. There's different things that they need to learn. They can't learn on their own, and they need a teacher out there on the field. Which is why my only thing is one, two veterans that actually start on the pitch, so they have they have a standard and a benchmark to 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 try to reach. To raise the levels of the whole squad.
Last word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
I
I think
agree
that
with
was,
that. I agree with that, but I'm willing to go. I'm willing to start the season with just these kids.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
hey, I think you guys are building something good as far as preseason goes, from what I'm seeing. And so while we're on the topic of preseason, this is a special, I guess, special event we can call it. I mean, I'm not sure if they've done a big preseason tournament in the U.S. before, the Premier League, that is, or one that was as big as this one. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm liking the games that I'm seeing, even though they're not really too serious. But I'm liking being able to see all these kids that I know nothing about, getting to see them go out and get some run. Now, my question that I'm getting to here, I want to preface with this. It may just be me, but I feel like there's really no rhyme or reason to when clubs set up their preseason friendlies and tournaments and whatnot. Do you think it would be a good idea for the Premier League to make this U.S. Summer Premier League series one thing that just happens every year, preseason? It doesn't have to be the same teams, but maybe they do a thing like, it cycles through all the teams that end up in the Premier League, including the ones that just get relegated, because this could be a good way to, for them to get some good fans as well.
Absolutely, because this is something Todd Bowley proposed before Chelsea kicked the match preseason tournament, and the Phil Nevilles and the Gary Nevilles and who's the Scouts dude on CBS. They're like, oh my God, the American owner doesn't know what he's talking about, but yet it makes sense. Like we already have a PL series where Premier League teams are competing for a preseason trophy. Why not bring all the other teams in that are interested? Like this is like literally the best way for Premier League teams to prepare for the season. It's by playing other Premier League teams. Now they can have their old like if they don't want to go to the USA or Europe or Asia, wherever it's
Like
based
Man,
in.
Mr. Bougie champions. But go on.
They can still go play their other games after, but it's like for teams who want to like it'll be even better if it's based in England. Like they don't even have to travel that much. But I know preseason is more about marketing and reaching other fans, so they have to go to other markets. But still, like a preseason tournament is in the best interest of the Premier League, especially when it's Premier League teams. Like we can invite other leagues to it. We can invite Inter and Juve and Bayern and Lyon and PSG and even Saudi Arabian teams. But it's like it will be such a dope idea because it's the Premier League's preseason, and we're preparing Premier League teams to play in the Premier League, and also by inviting other teams into it, it prepares them for Europe too at the same time. So it's like, why not? It's not. It makes sense, like, but it's like when it comes from an American mouthpiece, that oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. So it's like this, like I could definitely see Todd Bowley's vision, especially now this season, now that he's gotten all his pieces into place and he's letting us cook. It's like he never claimed to be an expert. He's just shooting out his ideas, and some of those ideas are actually good, and they shouldn't have just been dismissed as American who calls football soccer. Like no, he's in it to win. So it's like the PL series will keep getting bigger, and honestly, it's all going to depend about money, how much money this thing makes. I think we have Chelsea, Brighton, Fulham, Newcastle, Brentford in it. So like all of those are big established Premier League teams, and they're always going to draw crowds in the USA. always. So it's like, and we started it off with a 4-3, and then I think the second game I think was like Fulham and it was Fulham and Brentford, and it was Fulham 3, Brentford 2. Like that's
All the
another
tickets sold out.
thing.
All the tickets were sold out, right?
I don't. I did not see the ticket sales personally, so I can't
Yeah.
confirm that.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I would like to
To
think
be honest, bro,
most of the
I don't
stadium
know
was
about
full, or at least the Chelsea game.
taking it to opening up to other teams in Europe. I think just keeping it to the Premier League for right now may be a good idea, especially since the Premier League already has such a good standing in the US. I mean, if we were going to open it up, I guess maybe to Bundesliga and La Liga, since you can get those pretty easily in the US due to ESPN Plus. Outside of that, I don't know.
I would think that the Premier League should establish their own, like it's already called a Premier League Summer Series. So, and it's already Premier League teams. When they look at the stats and the financials, they can expand. And if expansion means more Premier League teams, or if other leagues want to join, then go there. But it should always be a Premier League summer series where we invite other leagues to join in if they want.
Fair enough. Zach, what say you? Last word.
No, yeah, absolutely. So
No, nothing to add. That's it.
to the sport and more money.
Oh, fair play. All right. And that takes us to the last topic of the day, and the biggest event that's going on right now, the Women's World Cup. So, what I want from you guys is one thing you like the most and one thing you like the least about the Women's World Cup so far. And, you know what, I'll go first. So, let me preface what I'm about to say is with this, I'm very, 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 very biased. But the one thing I like the most about the Women's World Cup is to see my Haitian females out there playing with all their heart,
There you go.
doing it big. You know, I don't think they've gotten a dub yet, but they're playing with heart. They're playing hard.
Playing very well.
Yeah, very well, very well. I mean, a lot better than the men is what I can say. And we lost him.
Oh.
It's okay. We'll finish it off. He'll join us back at some point. But yeah, a lot better than the men. I mean, yeah, we still haven't made a World Cup, man. I'm still waiting for that on the men's side. Now, for the thing that I hate the most about the Women's World Cup, and this might just be the group stage, but I feel like all the matches are happening at ungodly hours. Like I'm talking about kickoffs at 2, 3 a.m. Like, and I understand, you know, it's happening in Australia and New Zealand, but jeez, the timing couldn't have been a little bit better.
Yeah, it's
that's all I got on my side. What you got for me?
Absolutely. To kind of help on your point about the kickoff times. Like, I mean, I was watching this morning. I think I woke up at like 6 a.m., 6:30, and I was just flipping through channels, and then I got to Fox FS1, and then I thought they were playing a game like from like yesterday. I'm like, wait, this is live? Like the Ireland game, Ireland Canada. By the way, shout out Canada women, boys, Canada. Look at what the women are doing. They scored one more goal than you did all World Cup. That's good. Yeah, really. It's Canada's men's team scored one goal all World Cup. Yeah. Anyways, no, yeah, absolutely. Those times, like, who's waking up at 6:30 a.m. to watch a game?
I mean, to be fair, you know, during the men's World Cup, games were starting that early, but that's not bad. They were just starting. I feel like now with the Women's World Cup at 6:30, games are if it's not just ending, it's already in the second half. Like
They have games that start at like 1 in the morning and 3:30 for us over here. Like it's impossible. But I've noticed something really fishy though. All the U.S. women's national teams games are during watchable hours.
Get the kids around TV, order pizza.
Yeah, like I think the game they played today was like at 9 a.m., which is like the perfect time. So it's
they had a game today at 9.
They have a game today at 9 p.m.
9 p.m. or 9 a.m.
9 p.m.
I thought it was 9.
No, it's 9 p.m. against
9 p.m. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
one thing
Okay, it's not.
one thing I really like about this Women's World Cup is I didn't really like get to like watch the US like in their previous World Cups like closely. And I'm just happy that I get to like see how talented they are more closely. I mean, our both of our wingers are man, like they're bigger, stronger, and faster than everybody I've seen them play against. It's like Dennis Rodman's daughter is just pushing people left and right. Oh man, and yeah, we have an intelligent, incredibly talented squad, and Alex Morgan, she's like the female version of Lewandowski. I mean,
Nasty.
she's still going strong at 34. Um, yeah, that's the one thing that I really appreciate that I get to watch them, up and close. But the one thing that man, I was like, I almost got sick to my stomach when I saw this. I was watching the England game. There was a whole section of the stadium that was empty. I'm not talking like one or two rows like here. No, it was like a whole section empty, like 5 rows. I was like, what? A World Cup? Yeah, yeah, that was unbelievable. And it was.
I wonder what time. I wonder what time local time
I
this game
mean,
started.
it was a women's game though.
But-
it's a
What
What
women's.
does that mean?
It's the World Cup, man.
Yeah, facts. What does that mean?
I mean, it just means that they don't sell enough tickets compared to the men's game. Or they sell the tickets in a way where they fill entire sections all at once before going on to that. These are just theories
Oh, I know.
up. But I'm just saying it would never be an England
Theories
game,
or
England
intrusive
men's
thoughts
game
already?
in the World Cup that wouldn't be
Bro,
sold.
even
England men's game in the World Cup would be completely sold out. There would not be a ticket to spare. They would have to
Qatar
fight for
versus
the last.
Costa Rica
But-
would be sold out.
Respectfully,
Yeah.
exactly. Respectfully to the women's game, I can understand that. Okay, they might not sell out the tickets for all the
Should be
games.
paying people.
At the end of the
Right.
day, like it's probably very expensive for them to travel to New Zealand or Australia for the women's game, and it's like the women even support their own game. No,
Oh, wow.
so it's
He's
like
not wrong. He is not wrong.
yeah, it's like they're just not gonna sell out. I don't know why they did it that way where it's an entire section, but my working theory is they were selling out section by section, and they should have planned better to just keep that section off the TV, and
Yeah, because definitely when the camera
because that doesn't look good for the women's game.
when the cameras like turn, like the everywhere else was filled as far as like all the other sections of the stadium, but there was just this one section that when the cameras came,
Hey, well, who are they playing?
they were playing. I think they beat down some team. They played they beat them like
Maybe that was set for opposing fans.
Yeah, maybe that was the opposing. It was set for the opposing team section, and they didn't sell out that section.
I mean, yeah, if it's especially if that opposing team is from somewhere far.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't England. It was Germany. They beat the team like 6-0. Germany against
Morocco.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Morocco has no excuse.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, they kind of do though, because like, do they have the women's team in Morocco, a Muslim country, have the support to fly out to New Zealand or Australia to support the women's team in the World
I mean,
Cup?
if you said, all right, the thing with that, if you said India or Pakistan or Afghanistan, if that's where the games were playing, maybe.
All right.
Iraq, right? Syria.
All right, yeah. I think we're going down the path we don't need to go down now.
But no, I'm just saying that as Australia and New Zealand are actually one of like the easiest countries to travel to on the planet. Really?
I mean, they have their stadiums.
Yeah.
But it's like if it's Morocco, I can understand why, because they know they're gonna
They
get.
gotta do that.
Do they have a loyal
why
enough
they got
following to fill their seats? They lost 6.
Yeah.
Like they like if Nigeria is playing well, if I know Nigeria, my team is not that good, but we are. But if we weren't that good, and it's a women's team, and I know they're playing against the one of the highest, top three highest ranked teams in the world, I'm not
Well,
paying how many thousands of dollars to go watch them lose 6-0.
fair enough.
You're not
You
you
got to
honestly
watch like
honestly if Haiti got pulled up against Argentina or a team like that, I probably wouldn't
you're not going.
pay to watch that either.
Yeah.
I definitely watch that on
Yeah,
TV.
it's like it's
It would be
pointless.
heartbreaking.
Like I'll save that money for the men's World Cup.
Sheesh. I guess that's a great place to leave it. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode. Man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. We'll catch you guys next week. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. Catch you the next time. Peace.